Hello, everyone. Good morning. I am on here early to bring the stitch for the day because I'm thinking about laying back down for a little bit. And I didn't want it to be late for you guys. So in the description box below, there is a link to the Crochet Crowd. And everybody knows that it's Mikey over there, right? So we're going to do a stitch with him today. And it is called the Crochet Star Stitch. And this stitch was brought to us by Cathy Whitney. Hi, Cathy D. So I'll show you. I'm still working on it, in fact, but it's a really cool stitch. Take your time when you watch the video. I would suggest watching the video like 2 times before you even start. I started it off, and what else do you need to know? The stitch is worked and it has a definite right and wrong side. So you'll want to make sure this is what the right side looks like. And I'm using 2 strands of yarn with mine because I'm using some of that gray I used earlier in this project that made my Afghan bunch up. So I'm just pairing it with this cream Aran Fleck. So that's why mine looks like it's 2 threads. It's because it is. And the back looks totally different. See, this is the back of it. It doesn't look as nice as the front. So keep that in mind. You might want to do a swatch. I did not, I say that now, did I? Well, that's pretty bad when you can't even remember how you started this off. I'm pretty sure since I did a single crochet in the previous stitch at the end, that I just started doing the bottom half of the stars. Uh-oh, I didn't get all my thread. So just take your time and really look how the stitch is created, because you create a stitch and then you start working in the stitch. Like you'll see what I mean, but you have to work your stitches. You do 3 draw ups within the stitch you just made, and then you go into the additional 2 stitches below. So that's why I say watch it 2 times before you even start it, and that way you'll know which way you're going. I was just going to do some stitching real quick. Excuse the mess in the background. I need to do some cleanup. So I would encourage you to go watch Mikey's video, because I'm not doing the tutorial. I'm leaving that entirely up to him. I just wanted to show you. You finished a stitch, and then you're going to go back in the eye and draw up a loop. Then you're going to go between the loops down here on this. So you draw up a loop there. You just draw up loops and keep them all on your stitch. Then you go into where that loop, that post is coming out of. You go back in that one and draw up another loop. Then you go into 1, 2 more of the previous row stitches. So you have all these. Basically, you'll have, if you're using a single strand of yarn, you'll have 6 loops on your hook. Then you're going to draw and pull through everything you've got on your hook, and then do a chain 1, and then you just start again. You go back in the eye of that stitch, back into the post, back into the base where that post came out of, then through 2 additional ones, 1, 2, and then draw through. Now you do 1 row like this, And then he'll tell you how to do the top half of the stars, which is basically when you make your return trip back down through, you're going to put 2 single crochets into each eye of the star. He calls those eyes, the little circles that are in the middle of the star. And that's how you complete it. And I'm only going to do these 2 rows. So once I finish this row, I'm going to finish it this morning, but not on live. I'm going to just sit here and watch videos. I just wanted to get the stitch up. So anybody that's ready to go on your stitch for this week, feel free. If you're new here and you want to know what this is all about, is 19 weeks ago, I started this as a crochet along. And what I do is I go to different channels, different crochet channels, and bring those channels to you through sharing some of their tutorials with you. And we're creating each week, we'll do a stitch or sometimes 2. And so you get exposed to more crochet channels. And if anybody else wants to recommend a channel or a stitch, just leave it in the description box below and we'll add it on. So, and I'm getting a wonky border, and I didn't pay attention to what rights and wrong sides on mine. There are several people that are really good and they've paid attention to that. So all of the right side of their stitches is on the right side. I am not one of those. So I've got a wonky side, a wonky edges from between the 2 different, all the different stitches, but it's still a cool looking blanket where we're learning all these stitches. And I'm going to do a wavy border on mine. We'll do a wavy border around. I don't know how many more weeks we're going to do this. I think everybody wanted to do like 52 weeks, but we'd end up with a very huge Afghan at that rate. And I wanted this for like in the car when we're traveling, or if I'm sitting watching TV. I like to have a car Afghan, and that way the husband can turn the air as cold as he wants and I can still be warm in the passenger seat. So this is the one side of my blanket. And see, we're getting long enough. I'm not even in shot anymore. There we go. That's all the stitches we've learned so far. 19, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, 19 stitches. So 19 different stitches is what we've learned so far. And I have my favorites, and now I'll turn it so you can see that I've got some right sides on this side. I really like the stitches that look the same, both on the front and the back, like the shell, and then this one here. I can't remember what it's called now. A tipped scale, I think. This one's really cool, and it's very dense. So if you're new and you want to join in, just go to the playlist. I have a playlist on my channel and just start going through them. And I did a playlist just so you wouldn't have to dig through all my videos. I do all sorts of videos on this channel. We do crochet, we do sewing, we do quilting, we do art, we do crafts. All that kind of stuff is what I do. And sometimes gardening, sometimes Scott and I will be doing home repair on here. I was going to move all that kind of stuff over onto his channel because he has a channel as well. But it's just easier for me to just keep going on my channel because my followers like that kind of stuff too. And sometimes we go on adventures, whether it's just in town or out of town. Sometimes we'll take you guys with us. And sometimes it'll be video clips all stuck together. And sometimes it'll just be photographs I've taken. Like if we go somewhere to like a new small town in South Carolina, I like to go around to the old doorways and just take pictures of the doorways because I like to sketch doorways. It's just interesting. If you do like a panel and mark it out, something like this, I could sketch a different doorway in each one. I've masked it off. So as long as I work within here, then when I remove the masking tape, I'll have just a row of doors in little, basically tiles. So that's something we like to do. We play prompt games on here. We have a project going that I've paused right now so we could work on a spring journal, which is another thing we're doing. Is I'm working on a spring journal with my folks. And but the other that we were doing each week, I call bits and bobs from your binder or box. And what that is I have pockets in a binder with just little bits, like if I'm working on a project like the spring journal, and I have just tiny little pieces of stuff that might end up in the trash, I take and throw it in one of the pockets of my binder. And then I let random org pick a number between 1 and 20 because I have 20 pockets. And then we'll pull everything that's in that pocket out and create a little scrapbook page or a collage page, greeting cards, that kind of thing. So like I said, if crochet isn't your thing, come back tomorrow. We might be doing something different. So I'm going to let you guys go. I know this is up early and everybody's probably still asleep and not expecting me to be here, but I wanted to go ahead and get this stitch up, and I hope everybody will enjoy it. It's the Crochet Star Stitch by Mikey over at the Crochet Crowd. And this is the right side of it. One more time. It's a really interesting stitch, and you can thank Cathy Whitney for bringing it to us. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Bye.